Hello. Well, at least one of us had to be weird. Hey, how you doing?
Ash's face.
As you can tell, Erin's not here today, so anything goes. Anything
Shit's
goes.
not getting done.
I just saw what you put in place of Aaron's face.
Oh no! Yeah, we're in trouble. Our guide, the person who keeps us on track and in line.
The party, some of my favorite D&D sessions are when the party mum is missing, and that is absolutely what today's session is going to be. So,
do you guys remember the first few sessions of this where the party mum hadn't even showed up yet?
Yeah,
it was bad.
Chaos. Just absolute
It almost
chaos.
died.
Yeah.
Erin is my go-to. This party is shit. Can we get some organization, please? I've had her come in and clean up 2 different campaigns.
We got shit done, just not efficiently.
That was fine.
So, why don't we recap what happened last week? Well, you went from Istana back to Aradia. Istana might have a robot beholder problem, but don't worry about it. You got the Gatestone of Air that was the core of the Clockwork Beholder, and traveled back to the mainland of Jarviskjir, back to Aradia, the Wood Elf city, in the middle of winter, where it's quite a solemn, spiritual place. Then, in your week or so that you've been here so far, you've been trying to find out what to do next, and in doing so, Tobias stumbled into an antique shop and accidentally is a chosen one. You figured out that there are people who worship a jade dragon that is meant to lock away evil on the Watcher's Isle, and that is kind of your next point of interest, as well as trying to get the elemental monks off your tail, because you are carrying something that they will kill to take. So,
Correct.
to this game, did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything important. Oh yeah, you have a gnomish flying lifeboat. That's something.
Brew is sad.
Brood's sad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brood's just a sad boy now. I think that's everything.
Yeah. We'll keep the least important things for last.
Exactly.
We start today's session with some morning jogging, with Eleanor and Barut taking a morning jog through streets of Aradia. We didn't actually disclose this, but I imagine you're staying in a tavern quite close to the docks area, the kind of part of Aradia that is comfortable. You know, it's not so completely elven that the non-elf is frustrated, and there's plenty of trade and stuff, but I imagine that's sort of where you're staying, and you are currently on a morning jog, Barut, with Eleanor, in your full armor, through the streets of the city, when even elves who do not sleep have not started setting up for the day in those wee hours of the morning. She will, I imagine, during one of those very TV show sort of moments where, like, turns around, not even sweating, and you're like...
Absolutely. Brew is dying a little bit.
Like, takes out water skin, has a sip, refills it at one of the clean water fountains the elves have. Probably sniffs the water a bit because she doesn't trust the elves so much as anyone else does, being northern.
Flowery.
I mean, I will do this before we actually drink it anyways for her, just to make sure she's happy.
Clunk together your water skins, and she'll say that she has stuff she needs to... She's going to keep trying to look and find out more in the city for the next couple of days. Can you hand these out? And she's actually going to hand you a couple of sort of paper bundles. 3 of them. And when you look, you immediately see it has your 3 names on it. Those 2 are still at the tavern.
Yeah, I'm for sure.
They look like presents.
Very because of the sleep, he's just laying there.
Like, yes,
Relaxing.
I can, and I can do that, and I'll head back then to the tavern and let her look around. So I kind of imagine, yeah, we're probably pretty close to the docks, but we're also probably like halfway into the city, so that I can be in between going to Althea's.
Yeah, exactly. You're not in the docks. You're just on that sort of west side of the city, where really in Aradia there's two rings, right? There's the outer ring and the inner ring. The inner ring is just all nobility and castles and estates, and it froze. There's two rings. The inner ring is all nobility and castles and estates, like ancient elvish houses that have existed for a long time, and an elven estate is basically a village or town among itself. Althea's family is in that area, but not to that amount. Then there's the outer ring, but if you want to even split it even more, on the west side of the city, closer to the coast, the outer ring is kind of what you would imagine a city. The east side is more of like a suburbs sort of thing, you know, where it gets much more spread out. There's less merchants, there's less of everything. So you're in the busiest part of the city, but not the noble, but not the docks. You're kind of in the heart of the city.
Gotcha.
A comfortable little, reasonably priced tavern.
Yes. So I'll head back, and are we sharing rooms? I mean, we probably would do 2 and 2.
I believe we established last time Vieric and I were sharing a room, and you and Eleanor were sharing a room.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, 2 and 2 is usually what you do.
Yeah. Okay,
Early wakers, late wakers.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. That's probably how we should arrange it in the future anyways, just for peace and quiet.
And you've got the little door between the two tavern rooms as well.
I'm gonna go back into the room that Eleanor and I have, and then knock on the inside door rather than knocking on the outside, so that they know it's one of us anyways.
Okay, yep. Hello?
What time of day is it right now?
Early morning, not reasonable. Early enough morning. If you were traveling, you'd be waking up now. You're in a city though, so you
like
probably
7.
aren't. But
It's like 7.
yeah.
Vieric wouldn't make an attempt to wake him either. He'd just walk over to the door and open it.
Yeah. And I'd hand you the package from Eleanor with your name on it, and then I'd walk in and toss the one that's Tobias's onto Tobias's belly. Tobias seems like a back sleeper.
It makes a bit of a heavy clonk. His was the heaviest.
And I knew that.
On his back with like one leg like arched over like the side, like over a pillow or something.
I got you.
Yeah,
Like
this is
Starfish
an elven tavern. You didn't get like a bed. You have like a pile of soft cushions and throws and things. So there's no way Tobias is comfortable.
Yeah, I'm just in like this weird quasi nest.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Is that
I
when you
feel like
grab
when you
anything
throw
that
it
looks
on me,
open?
there's like an audible like,
and I do throw it on your stomach. Not hard, just like a light.
You let the
toss.
gravity do the work.
Yeah,
It's like an
exactly.
up and down.
Yep. From Eleanor.
oh,
She asked me very specifically to give it to you in that manner.
I believe you.
Oh, my bad. Actually, Barut is the heavy one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind. I read it wrong.
It's heavy enough,
In either case,
I'm sure.
I'm gonna open it immediately.
Inside your little package, Tobias, is a pair of very fine quality woolen gloves with the padding on all the fingers you use for archery. So they're designed
sweet.
for just a little bit better archery.
Like marksman's gloves,
Yeah,
kind of.
absolutely. Absolutely. Like you've seen shops in an elven city selling this kind of thing. And they're nice. But they're not... She managed to get ones that aren't too elven. They aren't too swooping and frilly.
Yeah, I feel like Eleanor gets it. Sweet, that's a very nice gift.
It is.
Vieric will open his.
I will put them on.
Rick, you have a very, very soft and luxurious pillow. It's like
is
one
the
of the ones
best
you
thing
can just
ever.
kind of like knead your hands into. It's like,
Yes.
oh yeah, it's like sitting in butter.
He immediately goes back to where he was lying. Ah, yeah.
Baruit will open his, of course.
It's a French press for making coffee.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's amazing. Baruit is gonna actually just be like really, really excited to the point where he's like, I have to go. He's gonna go and find a place to buy coffee beans.
I actually have coffee too.
No, I know you do.
Still.
He wants to buy his own beans.
Yeah, no, look, I have the.
You can go out, spend 2 gold, and get yourself enough beans for 1 coffee, because it is expensive.
Yeah,
Expansive.
yeah, and I will do that. I'm taking it from the party fund though.
Oh, jeez.
But I'm gonna get 8 golds worth, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make coffee for everybody, and it
Yes.
comes back as well. So that's the intention.
Okay, all right. I've adjusted the party pool.
Thank you.
Fresh coffee.
We now have 5,259 gold pieces.
Good.
A
It's a good thing we have that party pool.
Is Eleanor scammed?
That was
That man.
man. He gonna be angry. I mean, he is angry already, but he also is scared of us. I think.
Well, whatever. We have his rock. So It's
Just so
fine.
you know, Ollie, I am going to be sending a letter to Caldicus, not sending, despite my extremely.
Is it a secret letter, or are you gonna tell chat? Are you gonna say what the letter's about, or are you gonna message me the letter?
I am going to say what the letter is about. It is an apology for the sending earlier. I was in a period of distress and distraught, emotions, and I would have at that point been making a mistake. But I appreciate that she was ready and willing to be there for me in an instant, and I again apologize for the cutting off of the communication there. Essentially sending it as a letter to keep it from being an invasive thing.
I get you.
Yeah.
You send it off to a courier who are pretty much in this city like the frickin' postman in Zelda. They start running off down the road.
Yeah. And I am actually going to do some sending.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
It's morning.
So it's morning. Druid has some
It
sending.
begins.
gotta send his text messages.
Yeah, exactly.
Group
You wake up,
texts.
you go for your run.
Now, but you
Yes.
know what is
And
funny?
then
I
you send
just
it.
started the Patreon vampire game, which is the first game I've ever done where they have the ability to actually properly group text, because everyone has a phone. It's just kind of funny to have that ability in an RPG for some reason.
Yeah. No.
Never
absolutely.
even in Stars Are Outnumber, that didn't happen very often.
People don't think to do that.
One of my favorite things that that the show NADPOD has done is they gave them rapport spores because of the thematic druid of fungal druid that they have, where they can essentially mentally talk to each other very easily within close range. And it's very
I don't know if it was Arvine who had it or Noxatralius, but there has been in Jarviskjir a book that if you wrote in it, other versions of that book would see what was written.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
That is the way to do that in Jarviskjir as like
That's
a
very
magic
cool. I
that
like
exists.
I really
Yeah,
like
I like that.
So the sending that I'm going to do is I'm going to be checking in with Kinley and seeing how things are going there. And that's the only message I'm going to be sending today, and just for chat's sake, I'll actually click the button. And I'm just going to say, how are things going? We're back in Aradia, trying to figure things out.
Protecting the town from winter beasts, having a whale of a time. You may hint a little drunkenness sort of come through the mental connection. It's kind of like opening a door to someone who's been drinking all night.
Yeah.
Fireflies is working on fun few projects.
Great. Okay.
She seems to be merry.
Yeah.
Doing the job.
Yep. That's good. Mostly just wanted to check in and make sure that nothing has gone to shit there, and like the monks didn't come back or anything.
It's kind of like you just want to check that there's a reply.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very much it. And then actually, you know what? There was another sending that I wanted to do, and this one's a little bit more of a stretch, because I don't know if it's going to work. I am going to attempt to send to my old cleric master in Zalstella.
Well, you're familiar.
Yes. And I don't think distance matters.
No.
Same plane.
Same plane. So, but the question is whether or not he's alive, I guess. So
You've only been long. You've not been. You've only been away for like what, 80 years?
Yeah, but he was old. And we don't live that long as mountain elves, mainly because we die.
There's
to
giant
other
goats
things.
up those mountains.
Yeah, there's
Dire giant goats.
honestly just falling off things. Like we weren't built for those mountains, really. We fall off of cliffs a lot. It's a real problem.
Yeah, you will notice that I didn't give them any bonus to climbing or anything like that as mountain elves. I do not get that.
We chose to live there. It was a mistake, but we've lived with it. This is the way it is now. We're stubborn. We're more like dwarves really than elves now. It's
But don't
fine.
tell them that.
But don't tell them that. But I'm gonna reach out and I'm just going to say I was told of a plague in Zalstella. Is the clan all right?
You do get a reply.
Oh, good. He's not dead. That's good news.
It does my soul well to hear you, Beruit. The cracked plague has not made its way up the mountain. But danger at docks.
Danger
Oh.
dogs. Shit.
Well, that's good to know at least, because that means if we ever went down there, we now know to not go to the dock.
Well, I mean, like, yeah.
Cracked plague.
Yeah, the cracked
cracked
plague, that
plague.
doesn't sound good.
So with Beruit sending off his morning sendings, what's the plan for today?
I'm gonna wake up. I feel stiff. I'm gonna take, because my leather armor got destroyed when we were on that city or whatever you want to call that situation where we just came from. And I've just been wearing this like crappy splint mail for a while that we just like had.
Yeah.
I'm just
Spare
gonna
armor.
I'm just gonna go dump this somewhere. Like, I mean, on the
Some
porch or
clothes.
something.
Oh, I just tip it.
Yeah, I'm just like, whatever. I'm not wearing this crap anymore. I'm just gonna bundle up with my furs and call it a day.
We wanted to like make the blip so they think that we're going in a direction, right? I mean, I could make it look like we're going in a direction really fast.
That's true.
They have the ability to teleport.
Also
Yeah,
true.
but that'll mean they might think we go further.
We could always take the horses. I feel like that would achieve almost the same effect.
Probably right.
And then we could also, I'm mostly thinking then we can stay together, because if you go out and one of them appears after they see said blip,
That's a good point.
I would hate for you to just not come back with the relic that we just sought
Well, forget it.
tirelessly to acquire.
This is true.
Just on the off chance that they are able to react quickly enough to do something about
Let's
it,
hope not.
right?
There, they could have reacted quickly enough this entire time.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
just thinking if they've been watching it and then it suddenly disappeared and they're watching it, if it does appear for a brief second, there is a chance that someone will be waiting to jump on that, you know?
It's a good point. I think it's a good idea.
In either case, I don't feel comfortable sending you up by yourself, so I think we should go as a
We can
family.
go pay for the horses, then sell the horses after we do this.
I agree.
When I originally read the magic, like detected the magic on the keystone, the gate stone, was I able to identify enough of the signal that I could, like, I don't know. Okay, let me explain what I'm trying to think of here. Is there a way? And this is such not a cleric thing to do, so I'm assuming not for me, but there might be a way from someone else. Is there a way to mimic the magic that the gate stone is putting off?
Of course there's a way.
Would I have any potential knowledge of how to do that? I know the answer is no.
I think it's within Barut to think that's a thing that might be possible.
Right.
But not within Barut to have any idea of knowing how to go about doing something like that. What you do know is that it's an incredibly ancient thing.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
Let's go settle up our horses, and then you take the horses, and then come back and sell the horses, and then make our way to your island.
I think it's a good idea.
All right. Sure.
Thank you for a second there.
Yeah.
So
And obviously, we're gonna go find Eleanor as well to come with us.
she is NPC mode.
Cool. Yeah,
So
she's busy. in
she's
town.
behind at a distance, or in town, or otherwise occupied.
Just making sure she doesn't get left behind when we leave.
She'll be fine. You go
She'll guard the boat again.
to your stables, where you left 3 horses several months ago.
Should've just sold them.
The old elf who's kind of keeping watch of these stables. I mean, it's an elven city, so not much seems to have changed over the period of several months, other than it's like a cold, frosty morning. It's not necessarily snowy every morning, but the elf definitely does recognize you and is like, well, you did come back. You know, some people thought I was crazy to be looking after these here steeds for you.
Very much appreciate it.
Nothing crazy about keeping your word, friendo. How much do we owe you?
Takes out like a little pocketbook, cracks the spine next to him, like 700 gold pieces.
Jeez, Louise, that's a lot of gold pieces.
Left him here for a long time. I ate a lot. Slept a lot too in my
What
warm
were you
barn.
feeding them? Anyways, I'm gonna
Yep.
get 700 gold pieces.
How much do you think these horses would sell for?
Not 700
No,
gold.
obviously not 700 gold pieces.
Were you asking it to the dude or just like
Yeah.
out loud?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
no,
he's
no.
like, alright, riding horses, 50 to 70 gold, depending.
Good to know. We're going to take them out. We have an errand to run, but then we're going to come back. Would you be willing to buy them?
You've already become such good friends.
Suppose so. Suppose I could take them off your hands.
We do have that errand to run, but then we'll be back. Hopefully. You know, there's always a chance that we don't, but we'd like to come back, so. But,
Spoken like a man with a wasp allergy.
It's winter! What? There's not going to be any wasps.
if there are wasps, they're magical and I'm already dead.
I think
so-
the only way we're going to get wasps if someone on Patreon requests wasps.
Yeah.
Which could
Now you
happen.
mentioned that.
Yeah.
Who would do such a thing?
Oh,
Don't you fucking dare.
people who would make a specific character that is the antagonist, like hates one of the characters in the party specifically. Those sorts of people.
Yeah, he uses a lance and it's just a giant wasp stinger.
Just a
Oh my
freaking
God.
Monster Hunter character.
Exactly.
Okay,
Armor made out of wasp.
You get your horses from the stable. The stable hand dude will have them all set up with their bardings and stuff, so they're nice and ready. And how do you want to leave? You just want to leave and then sort of flash your gatestone for a bit. So which way do you want to leave?
We want to head east, as direct east as possible, not quite toward Verandastag.
It's a big forest.
Yeah.
There's settlements that aren't on the map. Whether you even stumble into ones that are on the map, you just want to go into the forest, into the wilds.
The forest, away from cities, away from towns as much as possible.
Like
to do so, because it's just where you are, involves going through the town for a bit. So, can you all give me perception checks?
Yeah.
Oh, this will go so well.
That's 25.
Brute, when going through Aradia, you're kind of just riding on your horses, trying to just, get back used to it a bit, and also warming up the horses, because it's a cold frickin' day. You don't want to ride like the wind. And they're also going to have to be going through forest land, so they're going to not be happy about it anyway. Going through the streets, you notice something very familiar. You notice strange-looking street preachers on the occasional corners of the Aradian streets. They're bundled up quite warm, but in very simple brown robes. And occasionally you see under, and you see that they are very much monks of the souls of Shireen, who are probably looking for you. Whether they do see you or not, you can't really tell, but it's not like you're being chased or anything. But you notice at least a couple of them in Aradia that you didn't notice in the last couple of days.
They're here already.
What?
They're here already. The preachers.
Shit.
All right, let's just keep going.
Stay on plan.
We don't want to fight them in town.
You know what? In fact, I'm gonna do a little. Why can't I find it? Oh, because I'm an idiot. Gonna do a little pass of that trace.
Well, each creature your horses are creatures. Sure.
They are.
You feel free to give me stealth checks. I'll roll 3 horse stealth checks.
I assume I need to be at disadvantage here because I'm.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm assuming that being on my horse doesn't change that.
That's 21. We're okay. That's 22. We're okay. 16.
16.
Still okay.
I wonder how stealthy our horses are.
It's
I'm
more
genuinely
just,
checking.
I imagine,
they're zero stealthy.
Trying to sort of blend in. Oh, really?
Well, I've not rolled. They just have no benefits or downsides in any way.
Just trying to sort of blend into the normal
If
sort of.
this was a different game, you'd be rolling like a charisma stealth or something like that.
Yeah.
They all rolled worse than Brute. Trying to trying to blend in is fine, but unfortunately, Varric, you're a man in a mask. Tobias is the most unsubtle man in the world. And Barut is looking around, but trying to not look like he's looking around, and he's trying a little too hard to fly casual. So as you start leaving, and you get to like a random part of outskirts, Aradia is just sort of, you rarely see walls, it just kind of goes off into forest that gets more and more dense and less houses. It's when you're in sort of one of those points when you do notice that you're being followed. But you are outside of the city now. You're getting outside of the city anyway. You're like just on the edge.
Stay on target.
Shall we set up an ambush?
Okay. I think I like where your head's at. I think that's a good idea. I'm just trying to decide the best way for us to do this.
What's around us?
So, it's actually up to you, okay? There's a couple of ways you can go about this. You could be because you're on horses, going down one of the many sort of dirt roads. It might lead to a village, it might lead to a logging camp, might lead to a mine, lead to something out here, right? And not necessarily go there, but just sort of go down that little area. You could go into just dense, untamed, wild forests. These are all wintry forests where, you know, in some places you're dealing with deep snow, in some places you're dealing with dead and fallen trees. That will slow down you and the horses, but you'll be even further away from people and even more sort of area that, like, Tobias is good at ambushes and stuff. You could double back into, like, the suburbs or something. It's entirely up to you.
I'd be inclined to either do the dirt road or the forest, but I'm leaning towards the forest.
I also think the forest is our best option.
The forest be thick enough to be counted as dim light?
In some areas, yes.
Okay, I vote forest.
I know
Okay.
why you vote forest, and I like it. With that in mind, then, I think as we're going, and like I'm gonna, you know, be kind of taking.
Yeah, this isn't something that's happening instantly. Like, this is over hours.
Mm-hmm. When we get into the forest where we'd like to set up that ambush, as much as possible, you two should veer off. I'll keep going straight. And then
I was going to suggest the exact same thing.
Yeah. And then loop back in when I stop.
So here's the thing, is when I'm traveling by myself, I'm able to move stealthily at a normal pace.
Give me the
because of
leads to
ranger
your
stuff.
horses.
Yeah, I am going to like
Seriously,
veer
give me-
off one way and try to loop back around and come in behind them, basically.
Give me the leads to your horses so that I still appear to have the tow line going.
Yeah, and I'm going to literally jump off my horse.
I am going to lay down sort of, once we get into sort of a dim light area, I'm going to sort of like lean down on the horse so it looks less obvious when I just disappear and I appear like next to a tree. I can do that. I can do this as a bonus action.
I get you. So basically your plan is you two sneak off. He can, Barut continues with the horses.
And
bait
we come
them
in and flank.
You flank the people that are tailing you. Okay. I need, so both Tobias and Virik, can you give me just another stealth roll for this? You wouldn't have passed without trace because it's a long
No, it's
thing.
been a while, yeah.
This is why I don't stealth. We do the ambush plans because I'm not stealthy and Aelenor's not stealthy, and you know.
Yep.
I mean, absolutely, right? Absolutely.
Oh, good.
I'm just kind of decide how I want to do this. So, as this goes on, the two of you like sort of slink away and get behind the people that are tailing you. The people that are tailing you are not just the couple of monks you saw following you. There are 3 monks. There's also something suitably larger than a monk. A big giant with one eye. It does also have the tattoos, not just on its head, but like around some of its arms as well in Primordial.
How close
a
are we able to
Cyclops.
get with these stealth rolls to them passing
It's a
by?
dense forest, so like pretty darn close.
Because what I
Enough
would
to
like-
smell the Cyclops, and trust me,
Well,
he smells.
Because what I would like to do is use my hunter sense on the Cyclops. If we can tail them for a little bit.
Ooh, isn't that something? I will
totally
allow that.
I am also going to get ready to do this the second engagement starts on them. Something I haven't used yet, I don't think. I've had it for a long time.
You've used Fairy Fire before.
You've used
Oh, I
it
have, yeah.
You absolutely have.
twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you get with your knowledge, trying to work it out, is something that you find quite funny. It's technically not something Hunter Sense meant to give you, but it totally makes sense that you'd be able to figure it out. It's a Cyclops. It has one eye. It's got poor depth perception. If you get too far away, it's going to have trouble seeing you. and even harder trouble trying to aim anything at you. And you are a northerner, you know that giants throw things. You are aware.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so you track it down for a bit. When do you want to sort of spring your trap and flank them, coming behind them?
Well, basically, I think Virik and I are just waiting for them to try to make a move, because we're assuming at some point they're gonna like go after Baruit.
Yeah.
Now, as we're moving forward through the thick forest here, what, in terms of like, what's around here? Like,
it's literally just dense forest. At some point, it's slightly more raised. At some point, it's slightly less raised. Little ravines, little pools of water. It's winter. There's some pockets of areas that are still snow. Some pockets of area that have melted in the light. It's quite a lot of variance. There's some areas that have at least gaps in the foliage enough. There's some areas where it's your horses damn well don't want to go at any faster than snail's pace, but that's fine. You kind of expected that.
Yeah. More what I'm wondering is just, how far do we go before we reach a settlement? Because Baruit is going to...
Oh, you're at no risk of finding any sort of... You see no real signs of civilization.
Okay, good. At some point, like, Baruit's going to start to slow down.
I'm also going to put this on the Cyclops. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. And
there's also quite a lot of rock in this area.
Are they trying to sneak up on me?
Yes.
Okay. Can I see them?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, it was a little time for...
You just know you're being tailed.
Yeah.
You can't see them, you can't hear them. In a forest like this, there's so much noise at all times. Yeah. You're quite near a small waterfall, and you can hear that trickling down. You can hear the wildlife that are spooked by 3 horses who are trudging through undergrowth, who are also not quite that happy.
If I can't see them or hear them, I'm keeping going. Is essentially the plan here is just to keep going until either I know where they're at or they make a move on me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm just setting something up. If you will give me
no problem.
1 moment.
No problem.
I have to decide how I wanted to do this. Let me look for horse. No, I don't want a character called horse. Thanks.
You sure?
Yes.
Well, that's good news. At least you know what you want. It's important in life.
New
really.
barbarian character is just called horse. They just yell. Look, it's been a long day.
Yep.
It actually hasn't. It's very much not been a long day. I'm just trying to prep this for you, lads.
I feel like it has been, even though it's only 11 a.m. It's going to be a long day.
It's 4:30, but it feels like it's like midnight for me.
I mean, it is actually midnight for me,
Yes.
but it still feels like quite a while. So, it gets to the point where they're tailing Baruut, and you're tailing them, trying to usher the horses past, and they were waiting for a moment. And it is inevitably a moment where one of the horses gets their leg stuck in just between where the ground falls through between the roots of one of the large trees here, and starts to panic because the horses are tense. Their riders just went off and they're being led awkward. They know something's up. They're not daft creatures. And that is when everything is going to spark into a battle. And you are going to roll me initiatives.
Ba-da-ba. Okay. Gotta find my character first.
Well, that's a big boy.
He is a very big boy.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not good enough. I need higher than that.
Hey!
I'm guessing I don't get the fairy fire off before stuff
No,
happens.
you no. When you're trailing people, that's really you can't do an action before action begins. Really,
That makes sense.
you're
Yep.
already trailing.
That's fair.
Oh, Cyclops is not fast. 4 initiative. Good.
That was really good. He should be proud. Honestly, you know, he did his best, and that's all that matters.
He made Mumsy proud.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of levels since we fought any of these guys.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wait, let me see something. Okay, so that's okay. The only issue is they fast. So
Yep. So
yeah, I might not do that if that's all I can. If I can't get it off, so I'm gonna be ninja like. Okay.
combat begins with them charging. And this one is going to straight up like leap, jump onto this horse and over, which terrifies the horse because what the heck is going on? Moving slightly too like fast, you know, for it to process. We'll try and attack Barut. But it's one of those things, you knew you were being followed, you already had your shield ready, so you're just like and punches into the frickin' shield of the wood. Luckily, it makes a bunch more attacks because it's a monk.
Yep.
And in like a great like action movie way, it just does this flurry of punches into your shield, almost so you kind of expect it, and then will actually grab your leg and pull you down off the horse.
Reasonable, honestly. Yeah.
Probably the smart move.
That was he should have done that first.
It's going to deal a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
But
So
not a lot of
the thing is that
damage.
he like they thought they had the surprise, and then so like oh fuck.
It's counter ambush. It's the Sunday game move.
Yeah.
Counter ambush.
Really fucking is.
It's a different kind of counter ambush, but it's a counter ambush. It's gonna deal 8 damage to you as he kind of pulls you down. You crunch like your back lands awkwardly on a upturned root. But don't worry, there's more.
But wait. For the low price of getting hit.
Literally, as he pulls you down, he'll pull back. And these are a mixture of like humans and tieflings. Is like, get rid of the horses. It's like, yeah. We'll just go up and start smacking away at the horse. And I had a horse's HP up like a second ago, and I forgot it. It's not a whole lot though. It's quite a bit, but it's not a whole lot.
I mean, even if it doesn't kill it, that horse is like, nope, fuck, I'm out of here.
Well, absolutely right. Yeah, no, that it literally like goes up with a dart in its hand and just like stabs the horse a few times in the flank, where it starts running away, but bleeds out very quickly, and will straight up do that again to another one of the horses, but doesn't quite have the damage to kill it. This last one will actually jump up into this tree. These are like tall elven trees. The one, not actually, funnily enough, I don't have like a winter variant of all this, but most of them, aside from the pine trees, would have not very many leaves. So it just jumps up into like the snowy branch and kind of looks around and is like, there's meant to be 4 of them. I only see 1. Keep your eyes out. And then it's Tobias's turn.
Please shoot.
I'm basically just gonna look from this tree to the other tree to see Varric, just knowing he's there. Give a little nod. And how close can I get to anything? Let me take a look here.
Take a gander.
I'll take a gander. If roll 20 wanted to cooperate, that would be super duper
What do you
cool.
want about?
There we go. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. So I am going to use my bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike.
Oh.
And I'm going to use that right away. And just go boom, 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 boom. And come up here
Wayo.
to our friend. And I'm going to try to do something kind of sketchy, but I guess you can tell me how this is going to work or if it's going to work at all. I want to try to climb onto this guy.
Considering he hasn't taken an action yet, you know, the Cyclops is just getting ready. He's been carrying around like its big old club. It's just like going, yeah, getting ready. So you can try.
Well, by climb on him, what I mean is I want to jump with my swords and use them to stab into him and start climbing up his back.
That would be just regular attack rolls with a... I suppose I'll give you an athletics roll afterwards to like see if you do actually climb up.
Okay, fair
like
enough.
Instead of your bonus, well, you already used Zephyr Strike. So instead of one of your attacks, you know.
So instead of one of my attacks, I can. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
How else do you fight giants? You know, you got to.
Yeah, I like
you got to
it.
Shadow of the Colossus them a little bit.
So that's a 20.
Yeah, you absolutely hit with that.
Okay, so that's gonna be that.
Oh, I may have misspoke. This is actually a female Colossus.
Oh, okay. Still.
Yeah, no, I know. I
21
just forgot that was a.
Yeah,
I know.
Climbing up her back in the most unfortunate way imaginable.
Give me an athletics. It's contested against a Cyclops. Actually, also allow acrobatics for this.
Cool.
'Cause
That's
that makes total
better
sense.
for me by 1. Let's see. That's a
It's
12.
not exactly because you like with the speed of Zephyr Strike, you dash out, but you're also dashing through like ferns and plant life and stuff. Out,
Yeah.
jump up, stab into her back, and then like you slide down with the momentum, just leaving this like open wound and cutting through her clothing, which is similar to theirs but much bigger and more rustic. And try to get up. But the whole, like, the momentum of you jumping up on her back actually makes her kind of stumble forward, so you do manage to climb up her without much problem.
Oh, cool. Okay,
She rolled much worse.
That's awesome. I'm going to stay on her back and get ready to do some stuff next turn. I end my turn up there, though.
Beirut.
I guess I'm, like, on...
You're, like, on her, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up because I assume I fell down prone.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I fell off a horse. That sounds like something I would do. Oh, good question. What am I doing now?
There are, so, in your scene, you're surrounded by spooked horses. Your horse just ran off and kind of like, fell sideways, like, kind of down a gully, bleeding out. One of the monks is just literally trying to just assassinate you in the easiest way possible, where the other one back there is trying to get rid of the horses. And you can see the Cyclops, but the Cyclops, like, you look up just as the Cyclops is, like, falling down.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself to bring my AC up to 20, because it seems like I'm gonna be dealing with 2 boys for a little bit. And then with my main action, I'm gonna grab at the guy who
Is it?
pulled me off the horse.
Yeah, I was.
Oh,
That's a level. That is a level 2 inflict wounds.
Yeah. As it is wont to be. Okay. I would be mad if I was not so glad.
For
Do the math, please.
hold on,
Them big numbers, them beyond me.
2, that's okay. No, hold on. 26, 32 plus 12, so that's 44 damage. And I want to point out that is exactly my health.
It's actually not an instant kill.
No,
but
that's not surprising.
You straight up like grab at the shoulder or whatever, and the skin just
I
starts.
stand up next to him and I grab him by the shoulder and I'm looking him in the eye.
Yeah, and the skin starts to wither away and crack and blacken, and they just straight up scream. They just straight up yell as loud as possible, like birds are spooked up into the sky. It's kind of harrowing.
Yeah. Should have done that. I like that horse.
Okay.
Beauty.
Virik.
Well, actually, changing everything I was going to do now that that happened, seeing that go down, and seeing that they didn't drop, Virik is going to, let me just check something here. I'm gonna. Why can't I click on my? Oh, I have to use this one.
Yeah.
Gonna doop. So that's 2. So that's 10 feet, and then bonus action blink using the shadow step.
Please. Yeah.
Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay.
Can you
That's
please
hilarious.
describe this?
Okay, so he runs out from behind the tree, and as he's running, without sort of stopping, he just sort of swoof into smoke, and then that smoke reforms right behind the monk, and he's sitting there ready.
Sweet.
I'm gonna go onto my desk for
And
a
it's
few
like
moments.
really dark smoke.
I'll be back in a second.
What?
Don't worry
Did I-
about it. Just keep doing your turn.
Okay. I'm worried.
Pudgy
doesn't
worry, Tesh.
Okay. With that, I have advantage, so I'm
You're
gonna.
off the dice, maybe.
No, I'm not. My headphones
Oh,
are out of
okay.
battery, and I can plug them into my computer, but it makes the USB noise like 8
Right.
times. So I was moving around cables.
On normal, my offhand's my better one. I assume the offhand's the only one that hits.
Ooh, yes, your offhand is the only one that hits.
Ooh, 11 though.
The hit.
Ooh. That's not a kill. You like come out from the shadows as this person just screaming and freaking slice up their back, which kind of actually knocks them away from Barut's hand slightly. You can see like there's dust in the air, kind of like freaking Infinity War, just from the matter that's just been destroyed. The life force rend from this
I
world.
like to think he has a skeletal shoulder now.
It's not quite that far because you didn't kill him.
No, but it's a little bit.
chunks
There's a
of
little bit
It's
of
co-
bone, so-
you can see things you shouldn't be able to
There's
see.
a little bit more daylight in him than there was before.
And then 1, 2,
He's been
Oh, so
cleansed. He's
it's
now a
20.
holy man.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Just like comes out of nowhere.
just
appears.
out of the map, just like
just-
gone from the camera. Next up is a Cyclops.
Who has a Tobias back?
So she like gets back up and is like, "There's someone on my back!" Like just yells it. Actually in common. And will try and grab at you. She has disadvantage. Oh, you know what she's gonna do? 'Cause she's smart. She's gonna run into a tree.
Yeah. The second you said because she's smart, I was just that image
Tobias,
is
can you give me a dexterity save, please?
I am just picturing like the Berenstain Bear and just
It's a 9.
Oh.
squish.
You are gonna take some damage.
Leave you.
You take 22 bludgeoning damage,
Cool.
Oh my god.
and then like kind of holding you back up against the wall is gonna like try and get you off of her. So can you please make an acrobatics or athletics check?
Yes.
Oh, that was so close to being
thought-
amazing.
I thought.
And as you're like being squished up against this tree, a big grubby hand grabs you and just holds you in front of her face, a single eye kind of like focusing on you in more confusion than pure anger. Easily able to hold you in one hand and clearly trying to figure out what she wants to do with you.
she made a mistake though. She put you in front of her eye.
Oh.
You're not wrong. Let's start off with the monk fighting Barut, who is incredibly injured, who kind of like grabs at their withered, the gaping hole where their life force has just been stripped away, and like grab, but then like that hurts even more, and doesn't go into shock, and
That's-
will
Unfortunate.
just mutters in primordial a phrase which is comparable to death or glory, and just like tackles you and tries to fight you as much as possible.
Tackles me?
No, I'm being
okay.
flavorful.
Okay.
Only one of their attacks hits. Like one of them you manage to shield, one of them is held back by the Shield of Faith. Only one managed to get all the way through. And
I don't even know what my concentration check for Shield of Faith is. That's bad. I should know that.
it's 10. It's always 10.
It's always 10.
It's 10 or half of the damage dealt if it is more than 10. The damage dealt is 8. But can you please give me a Constitution save?
Oh, another one.
Yes.
Another one. Oh no, she's trying to stun you. Wow.
The final punch does manage to get through. It's just head into rock, and you are stunned. This one is gonna like vault over the horse, and see, there's a Virik hiding over there. It's just gonna run at you.
This is gonna be my favorite thing, considering what's gonna happen next unless she stuns me.
She's gonna stun you.
She might not.
In her first attack, she hits 2 of her 3 attacks. First attack,
Yeah.
can you give me a strength saving throw, please?
Ooh, okay.
I don't know.
I actually don't have a bad strength. Oh, come on.
She smacks you right like there, and your chakram just launches just up into the sky.
Okay, that's not actually as bad as
She
I was
deals 6 damage to you. Then with her second attack that hits, she will deal 7 damage to you. And then...
not as bad as I was expecting, okay.
So Tobias is like there. So this monk jabroni in the tree is just gonna see you there and just throw a bunch of darts at you. She's nice and held in place.
Natty one and the Cyclops in the eye.
It's close. Only what's your AC now?
18.
Only one of them is gonna hit.
Cool.
So that's going to be 4, 6 piercing damage. Just a dart, like in the back of the head.
Oh,
Perfect.
And now it's your turn. You are held up by the Cyclops in front of her face.
Yeah. Well, step 1 is to use my bonus action. These guys are infuriating me. These goddamn monks. I'm so done with their shit. So I am going to use my bonus action to go into a barbaric rage. And make 2 attacks against the Cyclops' eye, hopefully. Let's see how this goes. So that's gonna be 1. And
That's a hit.
2.
yes.
That's also
What?
exactly the same hit.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Scarily close on damage too.
Right? And Hunter's Marching.
You
So 18
have
total.
yeah, 18. You don't get her directly in the eye because she kind of like pulls you away. You kind of scratch up at her face, like cutting off huge locks of this big, dense, clumped up hair. She kind of just tries to move you away, and then you slash away at her hands and stuff. But she still has you held mostly in place.
That's fine.
Yeah. Angry
That's my turn.
Tobias. Angry Barut. He can't get 2 crits in a row, can he?
Well, I'm stunned right now.
Oof.
So the answer
No.
is no.
The answer is no. What do I have to do to get out of that Constitution save?
No, you're just stunned. You just,
Okay.
you just don't get a turn.
Oh, no, I mean, like, I thought it was at the end of my turn I had to do a Constitution.
Nah, this one is just a missed turn. Very
Cool. Fine.
Okay, so can I see where my chakram landed?
It's not
If
landed
not-
yet.
Oh, it's not landed. That okay? Then that's fine. I'll fix that later. Knowing that Bird is stunned. This is just sort of an out of character thing. Well, in character as well. Would I know that I would still get an advantage on attacking if I flanked?
No, because Brute is essentially not in that battle.
So I'm gonna have to do the thing. So what I'm gonna do is just sort of do ow, rude, and then vanish. So I'm gonna shadow step
for my camera work.
Yep.
Chasing Virik around the battlefield.
Oh, it is, especially with what I'm gonna do next. So actually, I'm gonna shadow step to here, knowing that I don't need to do flanking. And then my first melee attack gets advantage. So I'm gonna use that on the chakram. Oh wow!
Thank God for advantage, huh? This has made huge difference.
And then just swear and punch her in the try go for a punch.
Nat 20.
Nope.
Oh.
Fuck. And then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Where'd he go? I don't even know. There he is.
Right,
Okay.
right, yeah.
Go on. So Tobias, can you give me a dex save? Because the Cyclops is gonna throw you.
Whoa! Everything's
Hell
fine.
yeah! Okay, so the Cyclops, like, just growls and groans in Giant, which is more or less like, little shitty piss out, fuck, like, just launches you, and you roll and frickin' hero pose, and are completely fine. Although, admittedly, quite a bit away.
Now. Yeah.
You guys, how many 20s have you each rolled? You guys are stealing my luck.
That's 2 for me today.
That's 1 from me, but you will see. I didn't have a turn last time, so clearly we're missing.
She's actually
one.
gonna sort of back up into the trees a little bit more, moving a little awkwardly because for her it's quite a task.
Quite a tight fit.
Then there's the monks. The one next to Barut is just gonna sprint after Virik. And they're a monk, so they do.
Oh, okay.
And I don't get an opportunity attack on them, right? Because they're a monk and an asshole.
Well, actually, does it start of their turn?
Because I'm no longer.
Wait,
You're no longer. You're right. You're no longer stunned. You do get an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
14.
But you
probably
miss.
not. Yeah. Still recovering. Brain is foggy.
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of their assumption. And they're just gonna swing up into Virik. Yay, Virik, can you give me a Constitution save, please?
Target his shoulder. I've injured it.
You are not stunned.
Yeah.
You're
Good
going
news.
to take a series of damages that I'm going to add up for you because I'm nice. So you're going to take 23 bludgeoning damage altogether from a barrage of punches. This one's in a bit of a death frenzy.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you just saw my health.
yeah. This one runs up to you, Barut, and again, only one attack managed to get through your defenses. You're like still like on the ground trying to get up, shielding the punches and kicks. One manages to get through and do 9 damage. Oh, why was it so hard to add together simple numbers? 9 damage. Last one is gonna hop down.
And I no longer have Shield of Faith.
And is going to get 2 hits off against you, Tobias. 4. 7 damage and then 11 damage.
7 is 3.
And 11
and
would
the
be
11 is
5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
Cool. Well, here's what's about to happen.
Two of those hit.
I believe you. All right, so we're gonna call it that. And wow.
Oh. You swapped hands. So now it's your main. It's just your
Yeah,
main
exactly.
hand. Yeah.
I'm gonna move here,
Okay.
and I think that's it. Yep, that's it for me.
You get less to do when you're raging, but you do it a lot better. Barut.
I cast Spirit Guardians.
Hey. This is gonna be great for me. Oh my god. This is the one where if you move into it, you get the thing as well. Yeah, I'm just in, out, like every shot.
Why don't you describe this real quick, Mr. Barut?
So around me, you kind of see floating almost out of the greenery, out of the ground. It almost seems like dirt, mud, and then just brown flying around me, almost like sand dusting around me. And then as you kind of see it, it takes form, and it is figures that are faded, almost see-through, but they appear almost like they're angelic, basically, if you know what that looks like at all. So they're floating around and terrifying looking. They have scary faces.
No. So it doesn't do anything yet. It's when they start that.
Nope. Exactly. And I am going to do something for my bonus action, like a responsible cleric, and I'm going to healing word myself at level 2. And I
Oh, was
summoned
that one? Okay.
9.
Virik.
Okay. Al, I'm gonna go for a chakram on this one right in front of me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on. Stop doing that, game. Stop it.
Don't blame the game.
I hope that hits.
That does hit. Yeah, no, it does hit.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna swing.
Like, this guy goes launch into his attack, just, like, swing, and then just bap.
Yeah, no, you like the same sort of movement as it dodges that, looking maybe a little smudge. Dunk.
And he just goes down. And doesn't get back up.
Oh, you
Okay.
punched him in the nose and killed him. I love it. Good. He deserved it.
I hear like a crack when I punch. It's like, oh,
Yeah, no, it's gross.
little brittle.
Is that my blood or his blood?
And then I'm gonna do the smart thing and use a health pot. My last health pot.
That's a good choice.
Fine choice, excellent vintage.
2d4 plus 2.
Yes, yes.
Please be good. Please be. I'll take it.
It's alright.
That's fine.
Perfectly possible.
And then I'm actually gonna move. Let me just check something. I'm so sorry, Ollie.
Oh,
I'm
no.
moving.
He's not even a little bit sorry. Do you see
1,
the laughter
2,
and the
3,
joy
4,
in the
5,
eyes? The joy.
8, 9, 10.
Where the fuck did you even go?
I'm not even looking. It'll be a
I went-
surprise for everyone.
I went up.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
This
You
is
went
what
very
I
far
planned
up.
for. I planned for this in this character, and I finally can do it.
One of these
The
days, we're gonna
Cyclops.
lose you. And it's not gonna come back, and we're not gonna know what happened.
The Cyclops pushes
Probably.
her way out of the trees, like pushing away the trunks, and then sees this display, this magical display of ancestors being brought forth, and is just stunned. You just hear in giant, just What is he doing? You didn't say they could do things like that. And is just incredibly staggered by that.
Good choice.
Literally, the monk, like, frighting Barut kind of staggers back and is like, "Are you serious? Knock his head in. They're the only ones who can stop our plans," and then makes a wisdom save and succeeds.
Okay.
But still takes half damage.
Yeah, so I need to do the roll. One moment here.
These other horses would have ran away long ago.
Right?
Yeah. No, they were long gone.
They're
just
just
assumed
off.
they were.
Ski-daddled.
Hold on a second.
3d8.
I just looked at my spell card and it didn't do the thing that it's supposed to do. It's 3d8 plus 4 force damage, I think, according to the
Not according to the actual.
Yeah, that's what
information
I'm seeing here on mine when I auto filled it in. Okay.
So it takes 6 damage.
Yeah.
And we'll turn back to you and be like, "You might be special, you might even be talented, but you can't stop what's going to happen." And hits you.
Okay.
Hits
Oh, do you know
all,
why I was looking at weird things? It's because I was looking at spiritual weapon, not spirit guardians.
Hits you
That's
all 3 times.
Oh
Okey-dokey.
no.
I need an extra dice.
Oh. Expect like mid-20s, high 20s.
Nah, they're just
Oh, no,
monks.
I'm
They can't go
probably-
that far. They're just monks. It's just their fists.
No, it's gonna be.
They did 23 damage to me in one hit, in
Yeah.
one like turn.
I will tell
26 damage.
you, I am up.
Told you.
And this is like a punch to the stomach, punch to the head, like freaking.
And I need to
Oh.
make some Constitution saves. So, one moment. Concentration. That's good.
That's
3 of them.
literally the number. Well, that wouldn't be the number you needed because they were 3 different attacks. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
That
Oh.
was just so fucking sad. So the display goes away. Ah, that's frustrating.
That sucks.
That sat on a 19 for so fucking long.
It was almost comical. It's just brutal.
That's just a basketball moment there where the ball sits on the rim for just way too long and then just
Yeah,
rolls out to
yeah.
everybody's disappointment as the shot clock runs out. Ah!
This last monk fighting Tobias is like, "You look familiar. Did you lose your home or something when the ring fell?" And literally trying to like catch you, but you're like fast and angry. And it's like
make a
most of its
raging
energy is dodging attacks.
It's a dangerous
Um,
combination.
And now it's your turn.
Cool. With my first attack, I'm gonna try to trip her.
Yeah.
And push them on the ground with a shove, which I guess is my athletics.
Yeah,
versus
you'd want to do
their
athletics because you have
athletics.
advantage because you're raging.
Exactly.
Yes, Tobias
First attack.
can now rage.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you absolutely do trip him. Dexterous monk.
So with-
Stab.
basically, yeah. What my intention here is when he makes that quip about looking familiar, as I dodge through his punches, he's just gonna feel my leg knocking his leg out from under him. And as he goes down, let's see how this goes.
Does he get knocked back? Go
No, but he's prone.
Oh. Sean Bean it up. Both hits.
Shank.
That's yeah. Cool.
It's not a kill.
That's fine.
There's a lot of strength on these. It's like one of the things where like you stab down with one and they just manage to turn enough. And the same with the other, ripping
Yeah.
huge holes in their finely made robes. They're not. They're shitty robes. Barut, speaking of shitty robes, hanging on for dear life up there.
Gonna heal myself for 14. You know, I can just map that. Yeah, and then I'm going to heal myself. Or that should have been at level 2. Why did it go at level 1? Oh well, whatever. I'll do it at level 1.
You
then.
just roll another dice.
Nah, it's fine. 5. It's fine.
I think
Whatever.
it might not be fine, but that's whatever. Varric, wherever he is, he gets to take his turn.
Cool. Okay, once again, shadow stepping right away. And this time what he's going to do is just make sure that's within thing. Yep.
So could you make sure you shadow step like under the tree canopy, because that would be where the dim light absolutely is. Which you've been doing so far. So it's just...
Okay. Okay, cool. So, like here?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So he appears here.
You can't really
One
do
step.
dim light on Roll20 properly unless you're in like a dark dungeon. So that would be the logic of it.
Okay, cool. I'm actually, as I appear, just turn to the Cyclops and just boo, and then shank, like in the same sort of motion.
If you want to give a bonus action to actually try and scare the Cyclops, you totally can. You will have advantage.
I technically my shadow step is bonus action, as much as I would like
So
to.
you can't.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the display will do it. So first of all, chakram. Hey.
That's a hit. Who made piggy noises? I
It wasn't
heard a piggy.
me. I did. I heard it too. And you know what?
I'm watching.
Just in case, I'm gonna. Oh, that's not. That's the wrong one.
That's the wrong
Stunning
one.
strike.
Hey! It fails.
Hey!
Yay! And so
You may have saved my life just then.
so I just appear. Shank, punch, now, punch. Oh no, it is advantage. I did do it right. Good. That misses,
That misses.
unfortunately. I'm too busy trying to show to the Cyclops. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The Cyclops was shocked by the whole magical display, but just kind of does the like gets
Oh,
a run
no.
up, swings the club.
Maybe I didn't save him.
And the first swing, just wildly over your head. And another back swing does hit you,
That's unfortunate.
and it yells on the top of its lungs like, "She wizard!" and launches you with a tasty 16 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
Oh. And the Cyclops is also surprised that you took that.
I want to point out that is I have the exact amount that my healing word did.
Perfect.
In
Perfect.
other words, if I didn't use both the cure wounds and the healing word, I would be down right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
This monk down here does the whole frickin' flip back onto its feet because it's a monk. It is gonna abracasmack you, but miss. On its second attack, it does hit. Can you give me a Constitution save, please, Mr. Tobias? You are stunned, as well as taking 6 damage, and then is actually just gonna kind of like peace out. And actually throw a dart at Virik.
Oh, haha.
But misses.
Do I still get to try and deflect missile it? No, it's
No, it's when you get
uneven.
hit. It's when you get hit.
Yeah.
Tobias,
I'm stunned.
you're stunned. Barut, you just
Fuck
got
me,
smacked
I
by a
guess.
Cyclops.
Yeah, and I'm in a position where I literally cannot move or I'll take opportunity
You
attacks.
get advantage on this one. She's still stunned.
Until the end of your next turn, you're right.
Yep. Yep.
Ah.
Okay.
Both of them are injured, but not very.
I'm gonna grab at her.
That's
Yeah.
and you will be surprised to find out that this is at level 2.
I'm surprised to be sure.
But a welcome one.
25 damage.
She does not go down.
No, I'm not surprised by that. And then with my bonus action, I will healing word myself. Not that it will help, but I've rolled.
It
one
helped
the
last time.
2. It did, but now I'm at 10 health total. I don't think that that's gonna help me against this fucking Cyclops or this stupid monk.
Maybe your best friend Virik will help you.
Maybe
We
our
will
tank
see.
will come back. And
Yeah. He's stunned. He can't.
Hey Virik, it's your turn.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Backed up the
5,
turn order a
6,
little bit.
7, 8, 9, 10. And firstly, I'm gonna do a chakram at the monk to try and finish her off. Hopefully,
It is a hit.
she's at that point.
It's a lot of damage. It's not a kill.
oh fuck.
That's
Well,
like a slice to the back of the legs that makes her fall down, but it's not a kill. What would you like to do next?
you know what? Just in case, I'm gonna apply stunning strike to that. Because I wanted to do some other
It
stuff, but I need.
passes.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna have to take another punch at her then. Boop.
It's a hit.
Okay.
And it is a knockout. Ding ding.
The way I
ding.
imagine this is it's like swing, miss, and then punch the back of her head into the shield.
Oh yeah, team attack. Team
Yeah,
attack,
like-
baby.
And then
We haven't
I
started
will-
playing Mutants and Masterminds yet.
and then I will once again I will Oh no, I can't because I'm technically out of the thing, aren't I?
What do you mean?
No, that's not.
I
a
have
thing.
that pardon?
You need some descriptors
Yeah.
in the sentence.
Oh, I'm out of the dim light. I'm out of the dim light.
Yes.
The way you said it. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do then is I'm actually gonna go for the bonus attack on the ogre.
Cyclops.
Good effort.
Significantly
Thank you,
bigger than an
Cyclops.
ogre.
Yeah.
What? Why did my go? It doesn't matter.
It's because I may have used this for an ogre for you before.
Probably. Anyway, normal attack on that one. So just, and there's no way this is gonna work, but just in case, does that hit?
Are you,
It is a hit.
are you gonna try and stunning strike this?
Do
one?
it.
Yep. There's a chance in a
There's-
roll of 1. There is a chance.
It rolled a 2.
Is that enough?
Is enough to stun it.
This should not have worked.
Oh my god!
Talk about threading a needle.
Okay.
Then in
Yeah.
that case,
Holy shit.
and I think that's my movement there. If I move to there.
The Cyclops is just like out of it. You punched one of her pressure points and she's just staggered. The other monk, who's actually injured, but actually is quite heavily injured, is bloodied. Like looks on this whole scene and he's like, deal with them, I'll relay this altar call, and we'll just start booking it.
Oh man, and when a monk wants to run, they fucking run.
But doesn't get all the way off the screen yet, so you can try and fight him. Tobias, it's your turn next. You are no longer stunned. What do you want to do? Which means you're no longer raging, because you had a whole
It
turn
does
of not
because I
doing
didn't
anything.
do anything last turn, which ironically is actually bad for this person.
Yeah,
Oh,
funnily enough, innit?
good news, everyone.
Good news, he not mad anymore.
Funny how that works out. Yeah, I mean, the move here, I think, is I'm going to use my bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on that person who's trying to run away. And I'm going to take a moment to collect myself, put my weapons away, draw my bow, and see what happens.
You'd have disadvantage because right now they're behind a tree from you, but you can
That's
try.
true. I can probably move.
You could
if I
move
go-
to get a better angle.
How about right here?
Point blank to the back of the head.
I had the first ranger I ever had in any of the Jarviskjir games took the Deep Stalker thing where they could do with no disadvantage to shoot right next to
Yeah.
someone. So that's what they would do. They'd just be shooting right next to their face. Both of those hit.
Okay.
It's not a kill, but wait, there's more. It's a clean amount of damage.
It's 20 even.
You shoot them twice in the back. Reminds me of something. They stagger but don't quite go down yet.
Cool. Yeah, as I kind of run up and slide down behind this person, shoot them twice, I'm just gonna be like, don't turn your back on me, you coward.
Brute.
And that's my turn.
I'm gonna step one here since this giant Cyclops lady is stunned. Hold on one moment. I just need to check something. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna
Is it the one running away?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Unibeam. Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually-
Yeah. Yeah. Their body goes flying, smoldering across, falling
Yeah.
like down a ditch. There's a kind
Yeah.
of
They do the
satisfying
thing
wet
where they're like running
crack.
and they go up.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
idea that they turned around when Tobias said, "Don't turn your back on me," and then the beam just hits her directly in the chest and just goes fucking flying. And I'm gonna move away from this Cyclops because I'm
Solid
very
move.
injured.
It is smart.
And I'm done. Actually, I'm done. I'm done.
Very.
Okay. Well, while I'm here, I might as well attempt a chakra. Hey.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. And you know what? For the fuck of it. Don't
It
think it's gonna
can't
happen.
possibly happen twice.
It happens twice! It's great because I imagine the Cyclops like just starts moving, just like, and then you smack him again in like the frickin' toe, and sends frickin' shockwaves through their body that stops them moving. It's frickin' pressure points, fucking chi mastery over here.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Very lucky.
Yeah, very, very lucky.
Look, you say the dice hate you, but it's just low dice roll around you, and that can be a good thing too.
That's actually true.
Oh! There we go. The luck continues, I suppose.
That toe is real ruined.
Just like punching the toenail
No
in.
many pennies for her.
Oh god.
And I might as well stay there since it's stunned. Yeah.
Yeah, Tobias.
Move up. Use my bonus action to move Hunter's Mark onto the big guy. And attack twice with my longbow. And that's an advantage because it's stunned, right?
Yes.
Yep.
That's how that works? Okay. Just making sure. So that's going to be 16. And a 20.
Cool. I'm glad you got the advantage.
So we're going to
Yeah.
go boom.
You're moving too close to me. The game's starting to give you the low rolls.
Don't boogeyman yourself too much.
Okay.
It's a lot of damage.
It's 22 damage.
There's a lot of damage. There's also a lot of meat on this Cyclops.
Yeah.
Alright. Next up in Brute.
Well, fuck. Can't count on it being stunned again next turn.
If only.
Don't have any more spells. Ah, fuck it. Hold on. One moment. I gotta click my token before I try and move. That would help. Is that... Well, I mean, it's stunned anyways, but, like, you know.
Yes, that is also flanking.
Yeah. $16.
That is a hit.
Oh, good news. For 6 slashing damage.
Yep.
I don't do much once my spells are gone. I really need a better sword.
Very good.
Okay. Well, I unfortunately don't have any more key points to try that again. But I am just going to.
At this point, the Cyclops is very injured. Probably would be falling if they weren't stuck in place. Those are all hits.
Oh wow! 4 slashing damage.
It's not bad.
That's
up.
And actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go for another punch.
That is a hit.
Yay! Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you're
5,
running
6.
away? You're running away?
Yeah. 7, 8. Sorry, I'm 1 hit from that.
I am going down. I will tell you that right now.
The Cyclops, like, as you dash away, like, shakes their head and is like, suddenly all the pain kicks in at once and she just kind of roars, is like, leave me alone, and crunches down on Barut. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure you have the
Let's
same
see.
health as me, actually. You have higher AC.
Hey,
right?
Barut, what's your armor class
I have 10.
like right now?
It is currently 18. It has been 18 since I lost Shield of Faith a while ago. So how dead am I?
The first attack is a miss. The first attack is like a shield to the frickin' club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 10
Second
as well,
attack
so
is a
they're
hit.
both-
Yeah. I'm dead. I'm down. She can't do less than 10 damage, can she?
I don't know.
It's only like
Close. She deals 11 damage.
Oh! That's funny. I'm down and bleeding.
And when you're down and bleeding out, she's just straight gonna start legging it.
Well,
Let's go like this way, but yeah. Tobias.
Oh man, she's exactly 30 feet away from me.
Oh no.
whoa, that looks
I
weird.
love when that happens.
And then we're gonna call that.
That's a miss. That's a hit. That is a hit. Again.
Get the ankle, get the ankle! Oh my god!
So that's 18, 20, 26. That's
It's 30.
exactly 30 damage.
That is
Exactly
not
30 damage.
a kill.
That's fine.
So, Baruch, can you make me a death save, please?
I most certainly can, sir. There you are.
Oh, thank fuck.
It's alright. Baruch.
Okay, I am going to... Hey, that is... I can see that just. It's in between both of the trees, and I'm just going to bamf straight there.
Fucking ridiculous.
And that gives me advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm going to chakram and punch.
The Chakram is a hit.
Oh,
Hey, Varric,
Yeah.
how do you want to kill the Cyclops?
Nice.
I really want to just, as I bamf him, just do like the slash through the ankle as I appear.
And it cuts through the fucking bone, and the Cyclops falls. Just like hot fuzz onto a sharp, dead tree that goes up through the bottom of the jaw. And her eye
Ooh.
rolls back and just.
Ugh.
Hey, one of you get Baruto.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, it's literally like that. That's just like delay of. Oh.
I have a healing potion
Ooh,
on my
fuck.
body if you need to use.
You could
said
also just do
healing
a medicine check either way.
potion. You could.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just climbing over the body.
Yeah. Tobias
That
is like
was
a.
really close to a 1, and I was really, really terrified that I was just
Okay.
gonna die.
We're going to take a quick break because that was a long un, but we
That was a
were
long
having a good time, and didn't want to stop at all. So we'll be back in
You
a couple of
regret
minutes.
telling me to go Shadow Monk now?
No, now I can just go more deadly because you've got
Oh,
more
you're right.
powers.
That was fun.